Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Trambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityurmukshiyamamrutat.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Trambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityurmukshiyamamrutat.
Sahanavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviyam Karavavahai Tejasvi Avadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Ma Mritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti. Good afternoon. I missed you all last week as I was out of station. Hope you are all doing fine. So summer is slowly setting in. So we have to take some trouble coming here in the afternoon will be difficult from next week onward, I'm sure. So you have to do some tapas, some penance. So please see page number 105. The East and the West. India has to learn from Europe the conquest of external nature, and Europe has to learn from India the conquest of internal nature. Then there will be neither Hindus nor Europeans. There will be the ideal humanity which has conquered both the natures, the external and the internal. We have developed one phase of humanity and they another. It is the union of the two that is wanted. The conquest of the external nature and the conquest of the internal nature. You know, the modern European civilization in America, they are all remnants of the ancient Greek civilization. So they explored the external world. So the science and technology that we talk about today mostly originated in the West. So today, we have taken all over the world, actually the same technology is being used. They were the pioneers. we had gone for that kind of technology just to enhance the experience of life for human beings, all the comforts and conveniences that we enjoy as a generation. So whatever the science and technology has brought us, in whichever way that has improved the quality of life for us, mostly it is primarily the contribution of the West. But if you just see the world today, Europe or America, particularly America, the most affluent nation on the planet Earth, if you just see the society, 75% of the population is on some kind of prescription medicine. Okay? And Vivekananda said 130 years back when he saw the American society, they are making the 5 elements dance to their tune, he said. So much of technology in those days that surprised Vivekananda. The technology in those days was nothing compared to the technology that we have now, we know it. But whatever they had at that point of time only, that surprised Vivekananda. That made him make this remark, made him remark this way. He said they are making, the Americans are making the 5 elements dance to their tune. That much of control they have got over the external world. So many machines they have invented. So much of comfort they have brought for human life. And Swamiji said that it's all fine, but if you don't take the spirituality from the East, if you don't learn to master your own internal nature, if you don't learn to control the mind and control your emotions, whatever the conquest that you have achieved, the form of the science and technology, it won't bring you the kind of comfort and ease that you are expecting for life. It has not brought. The present day generation is a proof. And that's why Swamiji said, we in the East have been always actually have understood it, and we knew that from the very beginning that the conquest of the external nature is not sufficient, though that is required. You must actually conquer the inner nature also. How do you do that? Through meditation, through prayer, through repetition of God's name, through surrender, through selfless service, where you transmute your rajasic and tamasic ahankara or ego sense into sattvic ego, where you are so self-effacing in spirit. Practically your individuality, your I is very low in the sense. So then you will enjoy so much of peace and bliss from within. You just see today any interview of any celebrity. You just watch the interview for some time. In 4 or 5 minutes when they talk, they might have used this word I 100 times. Right? So the greatest sadhana for us actually, as spiritual seekers is, you don't use this I. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he would never use the I. He would say this place. Referring to himself, he would say this place. If you have the blessings of this place, that is sufficient, he would say. He won't say that if you have the blessings of me, if you have my blessings, then you will do well, not like that. If you have the blessings of this place, he would say. So we have understood that this I actually is a responsibility, is a source of all mischief and source of all suffering. So one primary goal of this culture, this civilization has always been to annihilate this I, to let go this I, so that you would experience your real being, so that you will experience your real personality as the absolute. You are always are one with the truth, but this ego sense, this I has separated us from the absolute, and then actually all the mischief is happening, all the trouble, all the suffering, all this torment that we experience, psychological torment, is because of this little I. So how to conquer that? So we have been inventing methods, and we have invented sufficient methods for that. That's what the spiritual wisdom and spiritual sadhana that we get in this culture. What Swamiji is saying here in this quote is, let us give this knowledge to them, the knowledge of the conquest of the inner nature. Let us take the technology from them, the conquest of the external nature. Then there will be an ideal humanity in the world which has conquered both the external and the internal nature. And there will be real peace. Otherwise, if you just take only the external world and conquest of the external world so seriously and forget yourselves, you're gone. The same thing has happened all over the world today. So you have all the amenities and comfort, but still you are not happy from within because you are not looking into yourself. So Swadhyaya, we talk about this idea, studying one's own self, okay? Looking into oneself. At least 15 minutes in a day, if you don't reflect and ponder on your own being, if you don't take time for yourself, you are leading very shallow life. So out of 24 hours, just 15 minutes for yourself, truly. You just pray to the divine, connect yourself with the absolute. You just repeat God's name for some time, right? Some good thoughts for Loka Kalyana, for the welfare of the entire mankind. May all be happy, may all be peaceful. That's how actually you have to expand your consciousness. So if you don't grow in love like that, so over a period of time your heart will become barren. You have all the things of the world under the sun, but still you are not happy. So this being joyful and happy from within will happen only when you bring that spirituality into your life. That is actually is all conquest of the inner nature. So all the methods and the practices that we have in the form of the spiritual wisdom in our culture are basically aimed at helping the individual to conquer his or her own internal nature. It's okay, human being is not just simple stuff, it's not a simple machine. There is feeling, there is thought, there is emotion, and you need to understand it, if it is positive or negative, thought positive or negative. So how to deal with it, how to handle it. This is the only problem on the planet Earth, right? So if I'm happy with my own thoughts, if I'm happy with my own feelings, what else I need? So joy will well up from within you, actually. You're a joyful human being, just like that. I don't need anything from the outside world to make myself happy. I am by nature happy. I am by nature joyful. Can't we make ourselves like such a seed human beings? We can make. Only thing is, little sadhana is required. You need to look into your own self. So swadhyaya, studying one's own self. This way in this culture we say that. People say that I have earned this much, I have made, a fortune, this and that you tell. I have conquered practically the entire world. They say simply, ancient days, the yogis used to say, okay, that's all fine, conquer yourself. Okay? Nuvu jayinchu mundu chalu. Migithadanతా empty talk they used to say. So if you say that I have conquered the whole world, but I have no clue as to my own being, how to operate this machine, how to control my own thoughts and how to control my emotion, practically you have not conquered anything. That's why we are given a lion's share of our energies and time and intelligence for conquering the inner nature, but Swamiji says that this is also science. We have developed this phase of humanity, they have developed another phase of humanity. Let there be a combination, let us exchange, and then let us create an ideal humanity. Okay? Thank you, have a nice afternoon.